Welcome to 108 Gates. We're doing the Virgo May reading. I hope you are well. Virgo, there is so what I'm seeing, a person kind of standing and looking at swatches, or they're looking at plans for something. They're looking, and I think it's definitely a metaphorical thing, so it's not necessarily that you're looking at architectural plans, but you may be looking at architectural plans. So it's kind of as if you're mapping something out. It's like, if I'm doing this way, I need to do this that way, and does this even fit? Does this even suit what I'm trying to achieve? Does this fit in with what I'm trying to get in the bigger picture? So there seems to be a lot of contemplative energy around wanting to make something, but making sure that you're taking that due diligence to see if all the plan fits together. If this is the intention and that's where I'm going about it, will I get the possible outcome that I want? So it's been very diligent. It's been very appropriate. It's making sure that you put in the attention to detail. Interesting. So here we've got bashfulness. So we've got a possum and a peony. So the bashfulness is feeling as though there's a lack of confidence in where you're going forward, and this is why you're pondering about certain things over and over again, and it gets to a point where, Virgo, you know when the correct thing for you is to like step forward or to step back. And so it's about taking that step forward when you know that step forward is there. The thing is, there could be some big starting over. There could be some big steps that you're making, so starting over makes sense now, even more so as when you're taking these steps, it is quite scary and quite overwhelming. As I was preparing for your reading, Virgo, overwhelm just kept coming up over and over again. Solar plexus was feeling a bit, how can I put it, wobbly, and the sacral was feeling like it wanted to release something. So this new start, this new path that you're planning for yourself, this new path that you're carving out for yourself, it may be feeling a bit scary at this point because you're going to the next level, you're going to a deeper level. It was one thing when you were thinking about it and contemplating it, but it's like the next stage has occurred now, and this is where the overwhelm is coming in. It's like, it's one thing saying, oh, I'd love to do this, I'd love to do that, but now you're in the position of, I'm actually doing what I said I was going to do. You haven't completed it yet, but that process of being in that transition process is bringing up quite a bit of overwhelm. The thing here, it feels as though Virgo is being asked to work with that overwhelm and look to where things are working. Look to those people who genuinely, sincerely celebrating you and what you're achieving, celebrating your goals, celebrating your intentions, because that's where your power is going to be. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because there may have been incidences or instances in the past where you've wanted to do something, you worked towards something, and they haven't fully quite understood what your aim or goal was, or you weren't fully communicating what your obstacles are, so therefore you weren't able to receive the appropriate support that you needed or wanted. So therefore it's not that the other person may be lacking the supportive role that you were seeking. It may be that you hadn't told everything, you hadn't explained everything about the situation that you're dealing with. So this is a really great energy and a vibe, because in understanding that, understanding your value, understanding your worth, regardless of if you had the correct support or not externally, you still went ahead and did it. You still went ahead and decided, I'm going to do this with or without others' support or help. So this just shows and indicates the power that you have within you. This shows and indicates the power that you have when you're putting your mind to something and you're determined to do it, that you will go ahead and do it. And this feels like it's really propelling you forward. It's propelling you in a direction that you need to be going. It's about having that faith and trust in yourself, building your self-esteem, building your confidence, building your commitment to your path. Once you know it's correct for you, going in that direction isn't going to be so much of an issue as you get through certain things. So the valuable point here is you do now have those people surrounding you who support you. you do have the correct people coming in and saying, well done, Virgo, this is an amazing thing that you're doing. Really proud of you, just getting up and at it and just going forward for it. So the King of Cups here is showing praise, showing it's a very interesting card. Right, so this feels like it's on the sidelines. It's observing you. It's not necessarily pulling you down, but it's not necessarily pushing you forward the way you wanted. So this is exactly the same as before. You may have sought some support or some clarity in a particular way from a particular person that you didn't get, and you're like, I'm doing it anyway regardless. But the thing is, this masculine energy, this masculine supportive energy is watching what you're doing, and the admiration, the love, the support is internal. The way you can recognize this is this person pulling you down or discouraging you? If they're not, then you can see and you can know that they are a source of comfort. They are a source of support. Their silence, their observation of you, their admiration of you is a source of pushing you forward. That is a source of just supporting you silently and quietly. This is actually quite a beautiful, powerful way of supporting people, because then you're not swaying someone this way or that way. You're not putting your 2 pence in and saying like, well, maybe you should do it this way, maybe you should do it that way. Is literally watching, observing, admiring, and just letting you get on with things. So the power in recognizing this silent support for you is really important for a Virgo. I don't know why. That'll be wow. Okay. I would assume that you know why, if this is resonating for you, because there may have been some conflict of you wanting more recognition, or you wanting more reassurance, you wanting someone to step in and tell you what to do. But this is actually saying, you know what? I trust you. I have faith in you. I've seen you working so hard and so well and so diligently and with discipline to get to this point. Why would I doubt you anyway? Virgo, it's about you now not doubting yourself. It's about you understanding that there's sources around you, that there is that kind of celebratory, well done, genuine, sincere celebration of what you're achieving and how you're achieving it and what you're working towards, because it's not the end of the process, it's mid-process. And then there's this other masculine energy that's really, really strong and coming in as like, I'm right here. Should you need anything, I'm right here. You don't need anything. I don't see that you need anything. Therefore, I'm just going to be watching and letting you do your thing in your own way. So the Queen of Swords here, it feels as though this is coming in from a feminine clarity source. So a source of clarity, a source of sincerity, a source of knowing what you're doing, knowing how you're doing it. Even if I don't know all the details, they're kind of just there guiding you of like, can you feel that strength that has got you to this point? Can you feel that passion that's got you to this point? Why not just focus on that? Focus on you increasing your value of yourself. Focus on increasing more sources that encourage you to do what you need to do. Just focus on those and allow it to flow, allow it to be stronger, allow it to be more vibrant, allow yourself to see those sources with more confidence and faith and trust. So it does come in that there may be some exhaustion, and this is why the overwhelm's coming in, or the overwhelm is coming in as an indicator that you need to take a rest, but it's not coming in that way. When you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to sit down, have a cup of tea, have a coffee, have a fruit juice, whatever it is that you have, to just kind of stop and become like in your body again. Just taking that moment to stop. Because when that overwhelm comes in, this is what throws this off a bit. So it's a matter of getting a grip, a grasp, a hold of, a control over the overwhelm, rather than it controlling you, rather than it throwing you off. It's like I'm seeing a ping pong ball kind of not a ping pong ball, the power balls, the really dense rubbery power balls that when you threw it, it just go boom, 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 all over the place. So it's a matter of, are you getting enough rest? Are you getting the appropriate rest? Are you getting the correct rest? And in the way that you need, not what someone else needs. And then if you just take a moment to acknowledge, I'm getting overwhelmed, tune into that quicker and sooner. And instead of going on the path of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening, stay grounded here and then just take a moment to acknowledge, okay, it's not out of my control. It's not that I can't do this. It's a matter of I'm not getting the appropriate rest. I'm not getting the appropriate sleep. I'm not getting the appropriate nutrients or whatever it is. Nurturing is more of the energy here. So making sure you're doing that self-nurturing. The clarity becomes clearer and clearer as you do these. So the quicker you get hold of that overwhelm and you bring the reins back in on it, you reclaim your power and your assertion over that overwhelm, the quicker you get to a deeper clarity of right, this is what's actually happening. This is going to be this way, it's going to be that way. I know I have my support here. I know I have my support here. I can start building my self-worth, my self-esteem, and bringing in the clarity, knowing that when I do need help or I do need support, I know who to turn to. And this is going to be feeding it this way, counteracting this tiredness, counteracting this overwhelm from exhaustion. So Virgo, I hope that helped. It does feel like a really powerful space you're in right now. It's a matter of you have so much that's going in your favour and so much that's moving and shifting that you can also spin off into overwhelm. But the thing is now, it seems like this reading is really focusing on the overwhelm is only there because of a niggling thing over here. It could be a little bit of being overtired, not eating correctly, whatever it is. This is a tweak. This is a small tweak you can make to make all of this even better and stronger and grander. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe, hit the bell, and yeah, enjoy the rest of May. Peace and love.